Hey everyone, I am Jacob. Today I'm gonna interview Riley George on his new music album, I'll Learn. Riley George,
Hello.
introduce yourself.
Hello, that's me. I'm Riley George. Do you want a little talk about who I am?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh yeah, well I'm Riley George. I do have an album called I'll Learn and it's out right now. And that's the thing that we're talking about today. Um I'm from Melbourne. I'm Australian and I have a unicorn.
Sweet, sweet. Love it. Um, right.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's my
so
intro.
that's your intro. I don't know. Anyways, do you have any plans for future albums at all?
I do. Thank you for asking. That's a really exciting question, he says as he tries to stall. No, I've got a lot of ideas for different albums. I'm really excited about. I've got this future project. We've done the I'll Learn one right now. This is the album that's out and it's released
Obviously,
and it's
yeah.
here and it exists. But next on the cards, I'm gonna have a deluxe version of I'll Learn.
Mm. Is that really an
Yeah,
album though? It's
I don't
just
know.
an
I mean,
extended
it's
album.
That's true. I mean, it's five extra songs. We're gonna have a deluxe version with five extras that I kind of wrote around the same time period as I'll Learn, but didn't
Oh
make it on
yeah.
the album for any particular reason, or didn't quite fit with the vibe. But I would still love to release all those songs. I think they're really great, and I think people will enjoy them. And so, um, over the next few months, I'd love to finish those and get a second kind of deluxe version out. But from there is a plan for a second album.
Oh,
Ooh.
nice.
I have about six songs written so far that I'm thinking will definitely be on it. And it's a little bit of a different vibe. We're still staying within the kind of realm of what I've done on I'll Learn with that kind of internet pop, bedroom pop type of thing. But we're going a little bit more in the direction of some artists like Somber and a few more real instruments in there as well. And a couple more kind of mm, I wouldn't say moody songs. I don't think I'm capable of writing moody music, but they're definitely a bit more like there's a bit more anguish in them, and there's a bit more emotion in the songs, and I'm very excited to share those in the future as well.
Yeah, nice. I think I'll ruin Taylor Swift for you is like the closest for you to doing like moody music.
Yeah, you're totally right. I think that one is definitely close to it.
Also, is it just me or all your songs are like romantic like I'll ruin Taylor Swift for you. It's just some about some girl that you ruined Taylor Swift for. I
Oh,
don't know the
completely.
full lyrics, but
Yeah, completely. In fact, most of that album is I guess I'm a little bit of a romantic here, aren't I, on this one?
is that like your album's like theme, just romance and how you get around it, or
That's a
because
great question.
because you've got songs like I'm stuck in these four walls. Da 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 da.
That's probably one of the only exceptions to the specifically romance one. But yeah, obviously there's a lot of songs that are all about romance in terms of habits and I'm so lucky. Everyone Taylor Swift for you. Uh, Even Mexico is about a breakup kind of thing. Yeah, there's heaps of them. Candy,
I
of
was
course.
gonna ask that actually in Mexico.
Oh yeah?
Why
Oh,
do you
this is
call it
great. Let's go on a
Australia
tangent.
then? Why do you call it
Yeah.
Australia? You could have went
A
Austria
you'll wait. Australia. How do you spell Australia?
A
Oh no.
U S T R A L I A.
Australua. I go to get to Australia. Um,
I don't think it flows well. Maybe Mexico is the right move. I think that's self-explanatory.
Mm.
I don't
Okay,
know.
well, that song came about because, well, first of all, I think for Americans, it's a pretty classic thing to do is to take a vacation to Mexico and go down, past the border. But also, it. All right, don't tell anybody this, okay? This is a secret.
Is it?
There's a song, yeah, yeah.
Go for it.
There's a song on an album, um, by by Post Malone. I don't know if you've seen the Post Malone kind of country album.
No.
And the song is at the very bottom of the track list. I didn't even listen to the song, and I listened to the song later to make sure I didn't copy it. But the song is called Mexico.
So you basically just play. Nah, not really.
So I've stolen Post Malone's title. Yeah, no, no, I listened to the song before. Like I immediately after seeing that title, that's where the inspiration came from. Which I'm very excited to answer an inspiration question later. But that is usually not where inspiration strikes. It's usually in a bunch of different places that aren't literally looking at
True.
titles of songs. So we can talk about that later if you'd like. But yeah, that was like out of the blue for me. I just immediately heard a sound and heard a thing, and then started building a story around it in terms of this breakup and all that type of stuff. And that's where Mexico came from. Is the Post Malone thing? It sounds nothing like the Post Malone song, I promise. But yeah, that's the
I believe you.
that's the
I
origin
believe you.
story. um, and so to go back to your original question, yeah,
Fair enough.
about the album's theme, shall we return back?
Yeah, we should.
Sounds good. The album's theme sort of unintentionally became about like romance and all that kind of stuff because I had written a lot of songs about it because I was in a relationship at the time, at least for some of them. So I wrote some about that relationship, and then there were some like before and after as well that it's kind of a 50-50 between songs that are very honest and about my relationship and songs that are entirely fictional and like gee wouldn't it be interesting if that happened or gee let's create a story around this scenario, so it's a very strange mix of the two of them, and that's kind of how the album came about.
Fair enough. So basically, it's just a romance thing, sort of,
Pretty
because of
much,
your. Hmm.
but yeah, completely unintentionally, which I thought was interesting.
Do you have like any demos for like frozen yogurt and glow bands? Just moving on to like the tracks,
Oh,
because like
that is, yeah.
that song like stands out to me. Like when you first sent me the file of the song before anyone else did, totally not. Anyway, um, I was like, what the hell? This sounds so different in such a good way. I end up listening it to 3 times in a row, and then I just told myself I probably should not listen to this because it needs to breathe a bit.
Appreciate that. That's really really kind of you to appreciate that so much. Yes, I do have a demo of frozen yogurt and glow bands. I'm gonna open it now. I'm gonna even show you the full file of the frozen yogurt and glow bands so you can play a little bit of it. Um, but yeah, frozen yogurt and glow bands did sound really different originally. Would you like me to explain why?
Why?
Well, originally, of course, there were, I mean, a couple of things different in terms of how I wrote it and all that, but the main thing is it was in a completely different key.
Oh, what key was
It
it?
was
Not that I'm a musician or anything.
like a key as in like it's the sounded it had different chords, it sounded completely different. Um, and that came from sort of I originally wrote it just however I kind of came up with it. And then when I went back to it later on, I realized like, hey, this is a good song, but it doesn't work for my voice. Like I simply couldn't sing it well, and also it sounds like dull and uninspiring. And I'm gonna play some of you for it, which is a brutal take, but that's what
A
I thought it
brutal
sounded like.
take. It's. I don't think it'll be that bad.
Here's some
Maybe.
of the original. You ready?
Yep.
I wish that I could go back right to those early days.
What?
But I know the times memories they'll
Here's
fade.
the chorus.
Pretending to grip hard with plastic rings. I wish
Oh God! Oh
You know what?
no!
I could go back. Oh, the frozen yogurt and glow bands. Running round on me. 'Cause we didn't know who we want to be. But now I want to go back. Oh, the frozen yogurt and glow bands.
Yeah.
It sounds like the first bit of it is like you just got AI to wrote, "Hey, how do you um sing some lyrics for me?"
You're totally right. Here's the original, if you want the comparison. I wish that I could go back right to those early days. But I know the times will never last and the memories they'll fade. Pretending to propose with plastic rings. I wish you know how much I want to go back. On a frozen yogurt and glow bands run.
Wow. Yeah, that's the one that just send you to a different dimension.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and it sounds entirely different too, don't you think? Like it moves from
Yeah,
this kind of like almost dark sounding song to this really upbeat one.
yeah, exactly. Do you have like any other demos? Like, what about Oh wait, I forgot what the song was called. I ruined Taylor Swift for you. I'm more curious about
Uh-huh.
that as well.
I would love to talk about Around Taylor Swift for you because that is a song that I enjoyed writing a heap and that I'm a really big fan of. Let's get up the file right now. But while it loads, would you like me to talk about it as well?
Yeah, go for it.
I really enjoyed that song. Of course, that was the first song I released, right? That was the original. It's the most successful so far and all that as well. Um, and I really, really enjoyed writing that one. It was which is which? I don't know which song is which. That's fine. I'm opening one of the documents. um,
Oh, good. Yep.
it was my first song I released, of course, and it was one that's the most successful, and it's been so much fun to see support for. And that song was a real experience. My girlfriend at the time was a massive Taylor Swift fan, massive Swiftie,
Yep.
and she was talking about like, oh, when I listen to you, when I listen to Taylor, I think about you. No, hang on, words. I think about you when I listen to Taylor Swift. And I was like, oh, that's really sweet. But oh no, what if this goes wrong? I don't want to ruin Taylor Swift for you. That's so important to you. And that's where I Ruined Taylor Swift for You came from. I wrote a song about it. Maybe it feels like bad karma to write a song about a breakup while you're actively in the relationship. Um, but you know, it's okay.
Now, I'm sure your girlfriend is supportive of that. I probably
Well, we
finds it
did break
clever.
up.
Oh, oh no! Oh dear. So you did ruin Taylor Swift for her.
I know. Actually, she tells me we're actually quite good friends still. She tells me that I did not, in fact, ruin Taylor Swift for her, so it's okay.
Oh, okay,
Um,
that's good.
but yeah, that's that totally did happen. I'm gonna try and search for a demo version, just that of a like audio file because this is gonna take very long to load,
Yeah,
but we'll
alright.
get
I'll
there.
just ask you a few more questions.
Of course. Well,
Track five. First of all, that is such a weird title on the fifth track of the album. You should have made it six. Track five. Second of all,
uh,
in all seriousness, when I was listening to the song, is it like your reflection of how you write songs? Because there's lyrics like, "Is this viewer gonna cringe at this very line? I wouldn't be surprised." So is it just like a reflection of how you write songs personally?
certainly an interesting one when it comes to all that. It's one that is very different from a lot of my other music in terms of both its style and of course its lyrics as well. And yeah, it's sort of a reflection on everything, but a lot of that does include um a reflection on how I write music and how that process comes about. Because it was a it was a song that was very heat of the moment. It happened very quickly, and it was yeah. I wrote it quite immediately. I think is what happened there, and so I was in a headspace one night and I started this song about missing somebody, and then I came to the chorus, and then I came to the second verse, and then it started morphing into the song about writing songs and about how meta can we get it with this. And I don't know if you caught the line or not. Let's take it up another step.
I did hear that. I was kind of confused about
When I
that.
go up, when I say let's take it up another step, I go one step up is what they call it in key. It
You
goes into a
clever.
different key. Oh, it's so silly, but it's something that I really really enjoyed uh, writing, and I thought that was so exciting. Oh my goodness, Jacob, when I write a song,
Yeah.
my this is a completely different question. Is it okay if I tangent a little bit?
Nah, go for it.
Amazing. My songwriting process is so much fun to me. So much fun that even as I was thinking about it just then, I just did a little jump up and down. um, and my goodness, is it? I really, really enjoy writing songs. Oh my goodness, Jacob, it is. It is. is so much fun. But basically, when I'm writing music, I'm my test for whether I think a song is good enough or not, because I write music all the time. Like it shows up all the time in my thoughts, and I write them down and I type them on my notes document, and I do some voice memos about it too. Um, and you know what? Do we have the time? I'm going to go a little bit deeper into that as well. In that, when songs are written for me, when I create a song in my mind, it is immediately there. Like the entire song, the instrumental and how I want the instrumental to sound, as well as the beats and the vocals and everything. It sounds complete in my mind when I first think of it. When I think of the line or I think of the verse or whatever it
Yeah,
is,
I
it
get
sounds
that.
like it's a finished song. But then the challenge then is to actually go into my software and make it a real song. Otherwise, no one else can hear it.
Yeah, exactly.
So my little test is I'll write something in my notes document, and then when I come back to it a few days later, I do this thing where I scroll through my notes document, I look at all the titles, and I look at all the lyrics, and if I can see the lyrics and instantly hear the melody and hear the song in my head, then I know it's something that's probably worth working on. If I look at the lyrics and I go, "What the hell is that? I have no idea what I was doing there," probably isn't something that I that I should work on. So then to backtrack even further one more time before the tangent ends, um, my songwriting process is so exciting. And on track five, for example, when I came up with that "let's take it up another step" line, and then I went up another step, I get really excited throughout every one of the songs on the album. Every single one of them, I think it was in the end. It takes a lot of time, right? I'm sitting there for maybe 20, 30 hours per song kind of thing over a long, long period of time, but still. And
Oh yeah.
there's always a point in every one of those songs where I press play on the song or I like get an idea or whatever it is, something happens, something clicks, and suddenly I get this overwhelming smile on my face and I jump up and I dance around the room.
As you should. As you really
Yeah.
should.
And that makes me really excited because it's kind of like, look, if nobody else is enjoying my music, I am enjoying my music.
That is fair. That's like the best mentality to have, I think.
Yeah, I'm glad you think so. Do you think that's a decent one?
Just a random question about I Run Taylor Swift for you again. A bit back
Of
to there.
course.
Was that like one of your earlier songs? Like when you first publishing music, did I don't know how to explain it. Was that like your first song you ever made? Like in the
I won't
sense
tell Swift.
around
Yeah.
around that timeline?
Mm. Well, in terms of like, did the singles line up with when I wrote them,
Yeah,
kind of thing?
that's what I
Actually,
meant.
yeah. Actually, no. I won't tell Swift was probably in the middle of the album in terms of its writing. I've been writing this one for a long time. This album's the first song I wrote, I think I wrote in like late 2021.
So wait, this whole album took like years? Is that what you're
5
saying?
years. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was actively a YouTuber while I was writing these songs. And we we finished I Ran Test for You happened in 2024, so a long time later. It was probably like the sixth or seventh song on the album. Um, but I I decided to release I Ran Test for You because I thought it was a really good one to start with. But no, it isn't usually in order. Like the first song I wrote for the album was Habit, followed by Candy.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm. Do you have a favorite song on the album?
Um, it's either Frozen and Frozen. I forgot the song title.
That's
Frozen,
okay, I got you.
Glowberry, and Glowbands. I think that's what it's called. It's
Close
either
enough.
that or like Cruel Mistress. I don't
Ah,
know.
fair enough. Good
Cruel Mistress
choices.
just sounds like a Aussie pop classic. Like if you're, let's say, what's a good pop art? I don't know. Let's say Taylor Swift for some reason has
Yeah.
a male voice. Just hypothetically, you know. Releases a song called Cruel Mistress. I feel like that's like a TikTok worthy
Okay.
scroll. I don't know. It just feels like he just made a classic, you know.
Thank you. I'm so glad to hear you say that. That's really, really kind of you. And I am a big fan of that song. Thank you.
Let's hear this Iron Taylor Swift for you demo.
Yeah, if you want to like skip to the middle or something, this is
It
a
was
really old one.
sudden.
Sounds similar. Probably your vocals are more present. I don't know if that's the right word.
It had all seemed like clear blue skies before.
With
Yeah,
Things
it's
main
were
one that's
going gray.
vox.
vocals.
Oh,
When you
that's
said this,
vocals.
I
Yeah.
could hear myself
Oh,
screaming not to go. Songs I think that's a slippery slope to
I remember
choose.
Taylor Swift for
But
You did
when
come
now and
together
it all goes
fairly
wrong, it's not
quickly
like
in
to
terms
keep
of
on
like
listening
the
like we
instrumental
used
sounded
to.
pretty
And
similar
you
from
were
the
never
start,
in
which
this,
is
you were
always a
gone.
good
So at
sign.
least you still got now and it all goes wrong. There's a hole I made her.
oh wait, I see the difference. Does it have harmonies in Iron and Taylor Swift for you? I
Yeah, there's no like there's no harmonies in this version, but yeah, there are harmonies in the main one.
oh yeah yeah.
And I think I actually replaced this vocal with a different one in the future. I'm not sure.
The reason why I asked that, and I don't know, I've just always been wondering,
Mhm.
do you ever notice that the harmonies are slightly off? Like one plays before the other, like very subtly? Or is it just a me thing?
In my music,
In the
yeah.
I Will and Taylor Swift, I don't know if that's intentional or a mistake.
Y- yes, it does. It does play differently, doesn't it? It feels like there's like multiple voices singing slightly out of time, right?
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
I did do that intentionally, actually. Yeah, I, it's a technique that I like to use that kind of first of all it kind of like hones in that kind of homemade feeling, and also it feels to me anyway, I kind of like that like chorus vibe. Like there's a lot of people singing this song back to you. And I didn't want to do it in every song. I'm not sure if I ended up doing it in every song. But for A Ruined Taylor Swift for You, for example, it's one that I think could be sung by a crowd. And so I tried to have that kind of crowd vocal in there.
Oh, okay. That's cool. Oh yeah, I was thinking about this question quite a bit
Oh, yeah?
because of course I was. It's an interview. Wowzers. Um, are you planning to like make vinyls like CDs or anything? Like just stuff to sell to people related to
That
music?
is that is a wonderful question. Well, um, the name of this album, of course, being I'll Learn, is quite indicative of my entire kind of thought process throughout this whole thing in that I was learning. This whole thing I've kind of done by myself. There's been nobody else really involved other than my family a little bit, which is very nice of them. But not very much support, not very much money for it either or anything like that. And it has been a lot of learning. I've gone from knowing basically nothing to knowing quite a lot about how things work. And so I think for this album that's already out and is very much a look, it is a full album. It's a full thing, and I'm very proud of it. And I'm treating it like a full thing, and it is real, but it is also a bit of a test for me. It's a bit of learning for me. So I think for this one, there may not be, unfortunately, vinyls or CDs or stuff, but that is on my list of plans for next album, and it's on my list of things that I would absolutely love to do at some point. Um, and is kind of almost the next stage of my learning is going into that and going into merchandise and doing some more social media promotion, being more excited or like more locked in on different kinds of social media content. And yeah, that's my next stage of my learning. So it's definitely going to happen in the future.
Oh yeah, nice. Oh, two more questions before we wrap up. Do you know
Absolutely.
C. Wilson? He's like the last person,
Mm,
and he does a track called I forgot the name of it again, but
yeah, hello, pretty friend.
Hello Pretty Friend. That's it.
Uh-huh. That I'm glad you asked about that because that one wasn't really like there wasn't much context to that at all, was there? There's just kind of C. Wilson on the album for no reason, right?
Yeah, that was. I tried searching him up. I didn't even see his like artist page. I was like, who is he, man? I want to listen to
Yeah,
his
no, that's
music.
that's a friend of mine, and they were really, really, really generous and wonderful, and they helped me out by playing the guitar on Hello Pretty Friend. That is all C. Wilson or Cameron, as his name is.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's also the one that I don't know if you remember at the very end of that song in the final chorus. There's two voices that sing.
I
That's
think so.
this. Yeah, the second voice, that's Cameron as well. So he was on the song enough that I was like, hey, would you like to be credited for it? And he said, yep, yes, please. So that's why C. Wilson's on the album.
Ah, that's cool. So you just know him like in real life, you know him pretty well, and
Yeah, he's a school friend of mine who helped me out with the project.
yeah, nice. Um, the song "These Four Walls," right? Are they like?
Mhm.
I'm gonna guess the most obvious thing ever, but is it like about being stuck in your own four walls?
Well, actually, pretty much, yeah. That one I wrote. It's, of course, some of the lyrics aren't quite aligned to it, but that one I wrote with the inspiration of having chronic fatigue. I was in my room, basically couldn't get out of bed for the majority of my year nine back in 2022. And reflecting on that, in I think it was 2023 that I wrote these four walls, maybe 24. Um, I was reflecting on that time and reflecting on, I think, as a lot of people can relate to it with the lockdowns in 2020 and everything, that it just feels like you're losing your mind a bit when you're inside the same four walls so often. And so it was a song that was written about my chronic fatigue and written about struggling to get out of bed, but then also was a bit of a freeing song for me too, because of course it ends with the I'm no longer stuck inside of these four walls, and so it was a freeing song at the end there for me to feel better about myself as well.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
I
thank
did
you. One
take
of the
the
most
song at first at face value, but I was like, um, I don't know, it just feels inspiring now that I know what it means.
I'm glad. I'm glad that it's harder now, and I'd actually love to, you know, do a behind the scenes explanation on my social medias and stuff for all the songs, because maybe it would hit harder for people if they knew the meaning behind it. Yeah.
I'm more than happy to do another interview for that.
Ah, that'd be really cool.
Yo, second interview, guys. Look
Interview
forward
number
to it.
two. Oh, that's awesome.
Thank
Have
you,
you?
Riley again. I will end this recording.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much for having me. I
No
really
worries.
enjoyed my time.